Hey, it's Chris Schneider with MyWayHome.Biz with football great Chad Hennings, three-time Super Bowl champion, college football Hall of Famer. It's been a few years since you played football. How long have you been out of the game?
I don't think I can remember that far back, but I retired after the 2000 season, so going 18 years.
Okay, so
a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean it is almost like two different lifetimes. I heard a Chicago Bear great say one time, "I can die now because I was a Chicago Bear, and it doesn't get any better than that." And I thought, how sad is that? You know, that you didn't have something to turn to after football. But life is different for you. So what have you done since you left football?
Well, I've done a lot. Actually, I was just going to comment. I've heard a similar story to that of former astronaut Charlie Duke, who landed on the moon, walked on the moon at a young, in his 30s. He got back and, what do I do to top this? And that's what really kind of professed him to drive him to Christ, to become a Christian and to find that true identity and purpose and meaning in life. But for me, post Cowboys, I've done several things. I've written 3 books. I do a lot of public speaking. I've started a couple different businesses. I have a commercial real estate company now called Rubicon, and I started a men's ministry called Wingman, and that's been my purpose. The money making, the economic stuff is kind of my tent making,
right?
Aspects to provide a living for my family, but my passion is the kingdom of heaven and bringing that here to earth and encouraging men in particular to be what God is calling us to be, that husband, that father, and the friend.
Absolutely, and that's actually where we are right now, is at one of your Wingmen corporate meetings. You do this about every other week. You bring in big speakers, and it's a fellowship group for men, basically, right? And it seems like there's a pretty big need for that in the world today.
Oh, I can't tell you. Every day I've come across conversations with individuals that we're isolated. And it's so ironic that the more we are connected through social media and technology, the more that we have that little screen in front of us that we can have anything at our fingertips, the more disconnected we are relationally with people, and not just men, but people, women, kids. We're craving that aspect of relationships. So that's what we're trying to fill the need with that for men, is to bring them into relationships, to form those transparent, Christ-centered, masculine relationships.
Now, you were a Dallas Cowboy. You won 3 Super Bowls with the Cowboys. You still live in the DFW areas. Is this ministry, Wingmen, is it just for DFW, or is it bigger than that?
We utilization of technology. We film and we video a lot of our speakers that have, very culturally astute and specific ministries that have an impact on men, or specific messages that have an impact on men. We videotape them and we put it up on a website too, so we talk about different topics that are relevant for men today. But we just expanded outside the North Texas geographical area. We've gone in Atlanta, but we're predominantly here in Dallas, in Grapevine, in McKinney. We have put on the corporate events, and I'm always looking for a few good men that are willing to raise their hand and step up and to help us plant other ministries in other geographical locations throughout the country.
Okay, so you're open up to growing.
Anywhere. Yeah, we're open up to growing, yeah.
How do people get in touch with you, or how do they get more information on Wingmen?
I'll keep it easy, just wingmen.org, wingmen.org. They can go on there and they can contact us, and they can learn more about what we're trying to do on the website.
Okay, that's pretty easy. So did you, going back to leaving football, leaving the first part of your life, I mean, you're a high school star, you were a college star, you were a 3-time Super Bowl champion. When that came to an end, did you have a void in your life, or did you have some purpose that God was calling you to even then?
Yeah, I think God is always calling us to something, be a part of something greater. But my identity, I guess, was never necessarily around the aspect I flew jets as a fighter pilot, or I was as a college athlete, or as a professional athlete. It wasn't that in particular. My identity was around performance, trying to perform and succeed. I was pursuing success. And now the aspect of, kind of having been there, done that, and you still feel that void internally. Kind of what Pascal talks about, inside man is a God-sized vacuum that only God can fill, right?
Absolutely.
That I find that I'm more about significance now, and it's about relationships, and those things give me a platform to espouse a message that our identity is not in those things that we do, but our identity is in Christ.
Okay. So again, if somebody is looking for information on Wingmen or to get in touch with you, it's just wingmen.org.
Wingmen.org.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you.